Okay, what's up? It's July 12th, so I'm recording this a couple days late. We have been traveling out to a family reunion. I've got the sun directly in my eyes. You guys can see that. So apologize for squinting. This week went by pretty quick. We were in Utah for most of the week and stayed with some friends and saw some family. So it was a little bit tough to get a ton done. Most of what I worked on this week was all AI stuff. So I was just continuing to build out agents. We've got some functional prototypes, we'll call them, or MVPs on the agent side. So we've got a client intake agent. We've got a keyword research agent, competitive research agent. All of those are functional and running. They've got some work that needs to be done. The results that they're spitting out aren't quite where we want them to be. So just got to tweak the agents. The rest of the business, we closed about $900 in new MRR this week. So decent week, not killer, not where we want to be, but decent week, right? And like those are the kind of weeks I tell my sales guy, like we just got to be consistent, right? We don't want to have big misses. We want to have like a pretty solid floor where we'll have weeks spread throughout where we just absolutely crush it. So yeah, I feel like it was a bit of a slow start to Q3 just with the travel, but you know, is what it is. On the personal side, we bought a house this week. So I guess we're under contract on the house. Should be done in about 2.5 months. So that's exciting. You know, we planned to travel the whole year and some things just kind of changed for the family, and you know, it wasn't as good for our kids as maybe we had hoped it would be. So we're pivoting and, you know, have a house under contract that I think will be incredible for our kids and our family as a whole. What else? Gluten and sugar. Still no sugar. I did have gluten twice this week. So that was the first time in 6 weeks I've had gluten, but we were just eating dinner at a friend's house and I didn't want to be rude. It was also delicious, don't get me wrong. And then sugar, still no sugar. So it's been 6 weeks without sugar. I will say someone called me out for eating honey and said that honey is sugar. I don't know how I feel about that. I've kind of been like back and forth in my head on like why honey should be different. But the truth is maybe it's not really any different. And so I'm kind of cutting back on honey. I haven't had a lot of it. I think I've had like 2 pints of that honey sweetened ice cream over the last 6 weeks. And then a couple times I put some honey into yogurt just to kind of sweeten up the yogurt. But I'm like, should I not be eating fruit? You know, like that's sugar too. So I don't know how I feel about honey. If anybody has like some science-backed evidence on why honey's okay to eat, please send it to me so I can feel better about eating my honey. So anyway, short video this week. Not a lot going on, but yep, that's all I got.